Electric cars are no longer the future of Australian motoring because they're already here. Brands like Toyota, Mazda, Hyundai, Kia, and of course Tesla have, or will soon have, an all-electric model on their showroom floors. So with more choice than ever before, what's the right electric car for you? Well, Nissan is hoping your answer is going to be its new Leaf E+, which has been updated to offer better driving range and peppier performance. Now, if you're a bit short on time, we've split this video up into handy little chapters, which you can see on your screen now, so you can jump ahead at any time. And if you're watching this on YouTube, it's even easier because you can just use the chapter markers in the timeline below. If you don't think the Nissan Leaf E+ is the right electric car for you, we reviewed heaps of others, including the Tesla Model 3 and Audi e-tron. So be sure to hit that like, subscribe, and bell notification icon to stay on top of all our latest content. And while you're down there, why not give us a thumbs up and check out the full written review at carsguide.com.au. You're always expected to pay a little bit of a premium for cutting-edge technology. Just look at how the latest flagship smartphones have crept to well over $1,000. So if you're expecting to pay a little bit more for an electric car compared to its petrol or diesel-powered alternatives, you'd be right on the money. In 2021, the Nissan Leaf starts at $49,990 before on-road costs. But this E+ version we have here raises the stakes to $60,490. Ouch. What do you get exactly for your spend? Well, here's what you need to know. The top spec Leaf E+ actually mirrors its cheaper Leaf sibling in equipment. So the $10,500 difference in price is due to the former's improved driving range, performance, and charging. But more on those in a little bit. As standard, the Leaf and Leaf E+ comes with 17-inch alloy wheels, keyless entry, rear privacy glass, heated front and rear outboard seats, heated steering wheel, and a leather and suede interior trim. Drivers are also treated to a 7-inch multifunction display which can be customized to show driving range, energy consumption, and more. Handling multimedia duties is an 8-inch touchscreen with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto functionality, 7-speaker Bose sound system, digital radio, and satellite navigation. There are some noticeable omissions on the spec list though, and it's especially jarring given the Leaf's future-proofed powertrain. There's no wireless smartphone charger, there's no head-up display, and the park brake, it's foot operated, which is a bit disappointing to see in a new car in 2021. If you're expecting all electric cars to look like something out of Star Wars or Blade Runner, you might want to lower your expectations a little bit with the Nissan Leaf. From the outside, the Leaf looks just fine, I guess. But you can tell it's an electric car because its front grille doesn't have any openings to let air in, and the angular styling really helps it cut through the air to maximize driving range. Step to the side and you'll see the Leaf has a silhouette of a small hatchback, but spruced up a bit thanks to the zero emission badge and 17-inch wheels with low rolling resistance tyres. I particularly like this blacked out C-pillar, which kind of pinches the rear end and gives a more stylish and coupe-like roofline. Speaking of, the roof is finished off with this sporty spoiler that kind of carries down into the tailgate and blends itself in with the stylish taillights. There's also a rear diffuser back here, and being an all-electric car, there's no exhaust outlets to ruin that plastic. Look, it might not sound like I'm a huge fan of the way the Leaf E+ looks, but it just doesn't break the mold in terms of styling. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing is completely up to you, but for me, I just want a bit more zing out of my electric car. Inside, once again, the Leaf looks just fine. The biggest thing that really stands the Leaf E+'s cabin apart from a conventional small hatchback is its shifter, which is a small nubby kind of thing. It still functions the same way. You pull it towards you and down to put the Leaf into drive. It's just not so much a gear stick as it is a gear puck. The 8-inch touchscreen dominates the center stack, and I like that despite its future-facing drivetrain, Nissan has opted to use physical and easy-to-use buttons and knobs for the climate controls, rather than making it all touch. The 7-inch driver display is also neat and alludes to the high-tech wizardry of the Leaf's powertrain.
Look, no one's saying that the Leaf isn't practical, and up here, the cabin feels light and airy thanks to these generous windows, even if the A-pillars are a little on the thick side. But the seating position is a little bit too high for my tastes, and without a telescoping function on the steering wheel, it can take a bit of time to find the right driving position for you. Storage options include door bins that can accommodate a large bottle, as well as 2 cup holders, a storage cubby under the armrest, and this teeny tiny little tray that'll hold your wallet or smartphone. Here in the rear seats, space does get a little bit tight, at least for my 6-foot tall frame, but I've still got sufficient head and leg room to get comfortable. The middle seat though is a little bit compromised because the battery and all electrical components are found underneath, but the storage options include bottle holders in the doors and map pockets in the back of the front seats, and that's about it.
Opening the boot reveals a cavity that will accommodate 405 litres officially, but you might want to be a bit careful before loading the Leaf up to the brim. You see, there's a Bose sound system device right there, which emits a high-pitched beep when you're reversing to let pedestrians know you're there. So you'll have to be a bit careful not to damage it with anything big and heavy. It's a bit disappointing to see that there are no bag hooks or luggage tie-down points in here either, but at least there are storage nets here where you can store your charging cables. Fold the rear seats down and available volume swells to 1,176 litres. But the seats don't fold completely flat, making it a bit trickier to transport longer items.
Under the bonnet of the Nissan Leaf E+, you'll find an electric motor and inverter that drives the front wheels via a single-speed automatic transmission.
The Leaf E+'s electric motor produces 160 kilowatts of power and 340 newton meters of torque, which is a noticeable step up over the standard Leaf's 110 kilowatt and 320 newton meter output. As a result, the Leaf E+ is quicker in the 0 to 100 km/h acceleration time, needing just 6.9 seconds compared to the Leaf's 7.9 second time.
Officially, the Nissan Leaf E+ consumes 18 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, which I'm betting means absolutely nothing to you. Translating this into real world terms, on a full charge, the Leaf E+ will travel about 385 kilometers. This is much higher than the 270 kilometers afforded in the standard Leaf, thanks to the E+'s larger 62 kilowatt hour battery.
However, with things like regenerative braking and the use of the air conditioning, your mileage can vary greatly. Regardless, using a standard household socket will get the Leaf E+ from 30% battery to full in about 11.5 hours. And using a DC fast charger will cut the 20 to 80% charge time to just 45 minutes. Do note, however, the Leaf E+ features the CHAdeMO DC fast charging ports, which are a little harder to find than the newer CCS varieties.
The Leaf E+ and standard Leaf also now support bidirectional charging, so you can plug your car into your home to juice up your smartphone and your Nintendo.
The 2021 Nissan Leaf E+ wears a maximum 5-star ANCAP safety rating from the testing of the regular Leaf in 2018. The Leaf scored notably high on the adult and child occupant protection tests, with 6 airbags littered throughout as standard. Advanced safety technology also extends to autonomous emergency braking with pedestrian detection, adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, blind spot monitoring, traffic sign recognition, high beam assist, driver attention alert, tyre pressure monitoring, front and rear parking sensors, and rear cross traffic alert. My favourite feature though is the surround view monitor, which helps you nail that parallel park without curbing the wheels. Like all new Nissan models sold in Australia in 2021, the Leaf E+ comes with a 5-year unlimited kilometre warranty, along with 5 years of roadside assist. The battery though is covered by an 8-year 160,000 kilometre assurance period, which ensures 3/4 of capacity after that time. Scheduled service intervals are every 12 months or 20,000 kilometres, whichever occurs first, matching the industry standard. With Nissan's cap price servicing schedule, the Leaf E+ will cost around $1,742 to maintain over 5 years, averaging out to be about $290 per year. Without the need to change things like oil and spark plugs, the all-electric Leaf E+ is much cheaper to keep on the road than petrol-powered competitors.
With torque available instantaneously and no engine or exhaust noise to speak of, driving an electric car is a bit of a learning curve. Fortunately, Nissan has made it really easy. As soon as you step inside the Leaf E Plus, all the controls and switches are laid out in an easy to use, intuitive fashion. Everything is just sort of where it needs to be and does exactly what it's meant to do. Now, is the extra pep in the Leaf E Plus noticeable compared to the standard Leaf? Well, it's a bit hard to tell without driving both models back to back, but what I can tell you is I appreciate the boosted driving range. An extra 110 or so kilometers doesn't seem like that much in the grand scheme of things, but it just means you kind of worry a little less about having to plug in and recharge. And in my week with the car, I only really had to plug it in once or twice, and there was never a moment where I worried about having enough juice to get home. For those that really want to make the most of the battery though, there's this little switch down here that activates Nissan's e-pedal. What this means is that the car can be operated with just the throttle. Lift off and the car's aggressive regenerative braking will kick in to recoup energy and slow the car down. Now, what this forces you to do is to be aware of what's coming up and to really think about your throttle inputs to maximize the car's efficiency. If you've never driven an electric car before, the Nissan Leaf E Plus could be your perfect starting point. It looks and feels, for the most part, like a conventional car and doesn't throw any of its tech in your face. That sounds like a criticism, but I actually really like that it's unintimidating and easy to use. And it's really refreshing to see in a world dominated by smartwatches, TikToks, and cryptocurrency. With its boosted driving range and peppier performance, the 2021 Nissan Leaf E Plus could be your first or next EV. For the full breakdown on how we got to that score, you can head to the CarsGuide.com.au website for the full review. And if you don't think that car is right for you, we've tested hundreds of others for you to check out.